What's up, dudes? I'm Ashley.
And I'm Miranda, and welcome to The Closed Cinema.
What's up? Welcome back. If you've made it this far, if this is your first time, hi. Just to guess our normal preface until people maybe know us. We're not critics. This is not our job. We're just two idiots talking about movies.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So for
our whole lives.
Yeah, forever. Today's episode. Right now we're separate. We're filming in our own rooms, but tomorrow we're gonna meet up. So this episode will be this is gonna be one continuous episode. But Miranda has never seen Inception.
Nope.
It's been out for 10 years. I've watched it loads of times.
How many years?
10. It came out 2010.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she's finally watching it. She just watched the trailer right now, and then she's gonna watch the movie later, and so we're gonna come back, and there's not really gonna be any time difference for you guys, but we're gonna come back and actually talk about the movie that after that. But yeah, we'll get some of her first thoughts on the trailer, see what she knows about the movie, see where she thinks it's gonna go. But yeah, so what did you think?
Oh man, what was I gonna say? Oh, I was surprised. I haven't seen the trailer at all. I watched, or maybe I do have bad memories, so it could be I haven't seen it, or I just forgot. Yeah, I was like watching and I'm like, man, I would have watched this movie if I seen the trailer.
Oh my gosh.
So like I've heard about it because I guess we were in high school. Like people were talking about the ending or something, and how confusing the whole movie is. Yeah, from my first time watching it, it looks pretty intense, fun, like it's up my alley.
Okay.
I think it also might be my first Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
You haven't seen Titanic.
No, was he in Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah, he's in
I saw that one, but that one's like forced upon me in freshman year of high school. So
that's actually like a really good one too. I like that one a lot. It's by the same person who made Moulin Rouge, so I like he makes good movies. But yeah, because for me, like as soon as I saw like the trailer, I wanted to watch it, and I forced my mom to take me to it. So me and my mom watched it as soon as it came out, and then when it came out on Blu-ray, I forced her to buy the Blu-ray. So
of course,
I was
like five
there.
Times.
I was there instantly. Yeah, and I watched it a lot. I watched it at work today, technically, like while I was working, so I wasn't really watching it, but I'll watch it again before we shoot tomorrow, before we come back. So I've got everything in. But where do you think it's gonna go, or what do you like remember people talking about, or anything like that? I guess.
Yeah, I guess the whole from the trailer is like they go into people's dreams or something, and I guess in this dream world that person would tell their secrets or whatever they're hiding, and then the Leonardo DiCaprio character, I wasn't even listening to his name, but he would like steal them or something, like he's an agent to gather them. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll kind of be expanded upon, but
yeah, different than what I thought it was about. For some reason, I just thought it was about dreams in general. I didn't know it was like some kind of like action movie.
Yeah, no, it's like if you think of Ant-Man and Endgame, it's like a dream heist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, Ant-Man and... Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, instead of a time heist, it's like a dream heist.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. It's totally different than what I was thinking. Sounds more fun to watch. I'm looking more forward to it than I was before. Yeah, and I was also surprised by like they seem to have a lot of like a high budget to do everything.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, and they had a lot of famous actors too. So.
Oh yeah. It's a really good cast, and it's got some of like Christopher Nolan's favorites. So my favorite actor, Cillian, he's in it. He's the one. If you see him in the trailer, he's the one that like, if you know that meme frame of Leonardo from the movie.
No.
Well, he's the one that he's talking to. He's talking to Cillian Murphy in that scene. So he's in it, obviously Leonardo, but Cillian and Michael Caine are probably like Christopher Nolan's like two of his favorites. Like they're in a lot of his movies, and then Tom Hardy as well.
Oh, he's in there too?
Yeah, so Tom Hardy's in it, and then obviously Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So he's also in the Batman, the Rise of the Dark Knight, which was also done by Christopher Nolan.
He's the angel guy, right? Angels in the outfield or something.
Oh my god. Speaking of Batman, Angel. I think so. I actually haven't watched that one, but I remember you like that movie or something when you were younger.
No, I don't think I've seen that movie either.
Oh.
I just remember if it's not him, someone that looks exactly like him, just watching that commercial like on Disney Channel all the time, and oh my gosh.
Oh,
and that's how I remember him.
I think that's him. I don't know. He's in 10 Things I Hate About You, so I know, like, that's where I first knew him, I think. And he's in, like, Third Rock from the Sun, I think, and that was on TV a lot.
If this is your first time watching, I have seen absolutely no movie.
But that's what makes this fun.
Yeah. This might be like a long-going sub-series because I literally have not seen any movies. Yeah.
This will be fun, though. I'm excited because this one, I don't know. I feel like a film bro when I say that I like this movie a lot but it's so good, and I don't know. I've always loved it. Christopher Nolan is one of my favorite directors, and like especially with Tenet coming out next month, I'm like, let's do this.
I'm really excited to watch it. I think, I didn't even know it was 10 years ago. I would have thought it was like more recent. My memory is bad, so it makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's been some time, but I'm excited for you to finally watch it. Finally, like, can use this podcast as like to finally get you to watch certain movies.
I know. I feel like that's all you're like wanting to do, make me watch movies that you love.
I know. I was like looking through 80s movies. I was like, oh, she hasn't seen any of these.
Yeah, I like refuse to watch any movies that were like before like 2007.
3. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where I stand. Yeah, I guess I'm watching it for you guys and Ashley. So we'll see how it goes.
For podcast science.
Yes. Podcast science.
All right. Well, do you have any, because I mean, we're also going to come back in an instant for you guys again when she watches it, but do you have anything else that you want to say like right now, or?
I guess from the trailer, I'm going to try to give it a rating and see if it matches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so from the trailer, it looks like it's going to be like an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, it could go up, it could go down. Who knows? Well, you guys will in a little bit.
All right. Well, we'll see. But I at least don't have anything else for right now. Are you good?
I'm good.
All right. Well, again, it'll be some, I guess, podcast magic where we'll see you again in a few. So, bye, guys.
Yep. See you in 3, 2, 1.
And we're back. Let's see. It's a new day for us.
Well, next day.
We're back together in my guest bedroom / home office. I can finally look at Miranda's beautiful face while she looks at my not so beautiful face, and that's why this is a podcast.
I don't agree with either of those things. I just finished. Well, I didn't just. I watched it last night after I watched the trailer, but I watched Inception.
So now we can talk about it. Sorry again if you hear us like sniffling and stuff. That fire is still going on right outside. So yeah, allergies are whack. But yeah, so I guess first off, what did you think?
It was intense. I was like, oh my god, this is too much thinking for them. Like, I'm not a thinker. And that's all they did the entire movie. It was not what I expected from the trailer. Yeah, did you think the trailer matched the movie?
So it's kind of weird watching like the trailer back because I watched that last night as well. It's kind of weird watching it back, but like I can piece where everything is though.
Yeah.
For me, it makes more different. Sense. I think it is a little bit different because you can see parts of like the heist and you see kind of each part of the movie in the trailer when I watched it back. But obviously watching it, you have way more that's going on, and you know that's not like they're completely in control of it. Like yeah, they build it and everything, but like there's so many other things like with the projections and everything. Like there's so much more going on. So it's like you can think, oh, it's a dream. How much can they do? Or it's just gonna be like. You could probably think it's going to go into, like, a way different direction of just, like, unrealistic or something with a dream. I feel like it went, like, a very specific place because it's ultimately that heist and you've got, like, different bad guys with, like, the projections and with, like, Maul. But, like, the main attack is obviously from, like, the projections coming and they didn't think it was going to be, like, militarized. So, that threw everything off. And, like, I don't think whenever I watched it, I wasn't like, oh, these people are going to be attacked by somebody's subconscious. That's, like, not something I ever thought of. Yeah. It's weird because, like, even, like, right now, like, I have to give so much, like, context for, like, or, like, talk about a lot for, like, something so small sometimes. Like, because I don't know how you think this obviously this was your first time, but, like, with me watching it back, like, now I'm like, okay, yeah. I don't remember, like, how I first felt watching it, honestly. Like, besides the last part part of the movie, the end. But everything else,
beginning.
I don't remember like how I felt. So I'm like, I don't remember. And I'm like, so I just know it from watching it so many times now.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a lot.
From watching it the first, like, just one time, I think I got the gist of it. I'm sure, like, the more I watch, the more I'll catch on, or more I'll realize, or maybe it'll make me think more.
Yeah, I don't think it's like it's not hard to follow movie. Like some people say like it's like you have to be like smart or think, but I'm like, well, I don't think you really have to. Like there's gonna be stuff like with any movie that you have to watch again, but I don't think it's one where you're like have to think more. I think it's always just like that thing where like with all the different kind of theories and like with the end again.
Yeah, like because I heard from, you said it was 2010.
Yeah.
So it had been like high school. I remember people talking about it being like, oh, what do you think happened at the end? Or, oh, that movie, like, I don't know what was happening the whole time. And I'm like, wow, they must have been idiots. I'm like, it was kind of confusing sometimes, but it wasn't that bad. Or maybe I'm just dumb that I don't think it's that bad.
I think
anymore.
if you watch it at least like a second time, you're gonna, because you know now what happens when they say things that like kind of explain it in the beginning, like it all comes together better. So like the first time, like you might have some confusion, but I don't think after like the second or third that it's like you're not gonna understand still.
I did rewatch the first part when Saito was old, just because I'm like, oh wait, I need to go back to see, make sure he didn't say anything weird, like you know.
So we'll jump to the end though, because I think that's always like the main question. So what do you think it's real? What did you think about the end, like the last couple minutes?
The end makes sense to the whole movie in the sense that Saito was trapped there for, is it 10 years? Or is that different? Is that the next level? So it's more.
That was the third level. So with Limbo, your mind gets lost basically. So he can think he's like aging, and I think that's why he's so much older. And Cobb went in knowing he was going into limbo and had already been there, so that's
got it.
He's kind of still the same. Like he kind of forgot when he was there, like, and when he saw his totem, that's when he like remembered why he was there.
Got it.
But yeah, that's why he's like so old, because I think part of it's because like his mind is lost, like because he died and went into it technically, so he
didn't really know what was going on.
He didn't have as much of a grasp on it.
Sorry, what was the question?
And so like, do you think Cobb is back in reality, or do you think he's still dreaming?
Honestly, I think he's it's real life, but I could see why it's not, because he knows how his wife's totem works, right? And so I'm like, so he can control it to however he wants to control it. So like if he's confused or like if he wants it to be a reality, then he's just gonna make it stop, you know?
Okay.
So I think he's back to real life because Mao isn't there, because if I think she would still somewhat be in his like projection, is it projection? What are they called?
Yeah, it's projection, like the subconscious, even though he kind of like had the closure with her, and
I think she would somehow still be in his life, or like maybe it'll be a happy life or something like that, but she didn't even show up. But then also the kids weren't that older, so I'm like,
that's always like the main thing is like the kids are like exactly the same. So for me, when I first watched it, like how the totem like wavers at the end, and then it cuts, so I'm like, nah, that's falling. I'm like, that's falling, because like part of it is like he actually sees their faces, like when it's in his dreams he never sees them turn around, because that's when he was leaving the house or whatever. So he actually sees their faces, and then one of the things that's been said is that his totem is actually his ring, not the...
That's what I was like, if I watch it a second time, I'm gonna see what he's touching to make sure, because I wanted to see if there was another totem that he wasn't like, that was obviously not the spinner or whatever top.
Yeah, because like how you were saying, like how can it be Maul's, like when that was somebody else, like he can do whatever. But yeah, so I guess like his ring is actually the totem. And then something that Michael Caine said,
who's he again?
The like father-in-law, whenever he's in it, it's reality, like he's never in any of the dreams. So he said that whenever he's there and like speaking, it's reality.
When did he say that?
Not in the movie, but that's what Michael Caine has said, like outside of the movie. So they're like, that's reality. Like,
but why is that?
I don't know. I guess because maybe he's just never been in the projections. I don't know. But yeah, that's what they said. Like that if he's speaking that, it's reality. But like from all the other things, like I think he's back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look too deep into it, because it could be like that. That mirror thing, the mirror house or whatever, and the thing is just continues on and on forever if you think about it too much.
think part of it too is like when he's explaining to, I never say her name right, Ariadne, and when he's explaining to Robert Fisher, they're like, how did you get here? But like you see him get off, see him back on the plane, you see him get off and go through security, you see him with Michael Caine's character again, and like you see him actually get there. So like that's part of it as well. Like he doesn't just wake up and he's at the house. And
and it's not like there's like in his imaginative world where like his home house is here and then his home is there and then Mal's home is there and stuff like that too, and it's not like there was anything out of the ordinary. And I feel like, how does it work when people start staring at you in the dreams again?
So it's your subconscious is trying to find like who's not supposed to be there kind of thing. So like if you bring too much attention to yourself, the person like creating it or whatever, like if you bring too much attention to yourself, they're like supposed to attack like white blood cells or something like that. They said.
I also had a question. So for what was I gonna say? For the top, the spinning top, wouldn't everybody's dream? Wouldn't the top stop? Why would it keep spinning?
No, so I guess like in dreams, like that's the one thing that I'm always like.
Right, because it's normal for it to stop.
Yeah, but I guess like in the dreams, like his isn't like hers I guess isn't supposed to stop spinning, and then Ames, who's Tom Hardy, he has the chips, and like if you rub them together in a dream, they multiply, and like it doesn't really touch on it, but like that's what it is, because like you just see him like in the casino, like or whatever in that first part where he's finding him. If he rubs them together, they're supposed to multiply, and like he said, I think when he first saw him there, he's like, no matter how much you rub them together, it's not gonna make more or something. And then he's got the loaded dice, so it's just like, I think because you're in somebody else's dream, they don't know how it's supposed. They don't know how it's supposed to work.
I wasn't sure how that works, because I'm like, can't you just do anything then?
Yeah, because they're supposed to like make it so like if it did fall, then he would know that I think something's off as well, because it's supposed to keep spinning like if it's in the dream. So like I think if somebody made it fall, he would be like, or no, sorry, I have everything backwards right now, I don't know what I'm saying. Like
it's okay, I get it.
Like,
I get you.
But
that was the only thing that I was like about.
I know,
like, it's the whole like I'm like, there's too much, like there's like so many holes I could see like from coming from relying on that, but I guess that is the dream world. You don't know.
Because like one of the things with like Saito in the beginning, when it shows like when he feels the carpet, that's supposed to be kind of like his unintentional one where like like gets made wrong, so like people can tell from that too. It's like as long as you know how it's supposed to operate, like, and don't tell anyone else, then.
But they were like telling everybody, weren't they?
I think everybody just knows about
that
malls
and
basically.
The dice.
Well, no, because you don't know which one it's gonna land on. So you can know it's loaded dice, but you don't know which one it's gonna land on.
I was like, why are you telling her?
Yeah.
Why are you showing her?
Yeah, that's why he didn't let her touch it, because if you roll it, then it's gonna, if it's a 1 each time. You know?
Whoops. That'd be me. I'd be like, oh, yikes.
I'd make it something so obvious, and they'd be like, like sorry.
Cautious, if my hair grows.
Like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm sorry.
My bad. There's another part. I just thought he was so selfish. I'm like, wow, you're really risking everybody's life just for like.
Yeah, I think because like overall, if it had been like a normal job where it didn't require the 3 levels, because he always kind of just did like 2 levels if needed, but doing the 3, and it's like, well, if you die, you go in a limbo, and everyone's all. What? Like, you think he would at least have told why can't I think
his
Joseph
friend.
Gordon-Levitt? Why can't I think of his name right now?
Bob.
I
don't remember
something.
his name.
And Ellen Page is always like, you have to tell him, and he's like, nope. So he's just the best friend and completely like left out of the loop each time. But yeah, because and I mean, you also don't know like that Fisher like has been trained so that his like subconscious is like militarized,
which is so weird to think about, because I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, that part I'm always like, how does your subconscious learn that? So like there's like a prequel comic or something that I think is supposed to give like more information on how like the dream sharing like started and everything, so maybe it kind of gives more on that, because I'm like, how do you train your subconscious? Is it just like all sorts of like subliminal messaging? Like, how do you do that?
Have you ever had like a dream in a dream?
Well, I barely dream. Like,
that's true.
So, like, I dream, like, 3 times a year. I don't know. Okay. Like, I barely dream. But I always tried, like, when this movie came out, I feel like people posted things like how to do it, or like how to like even do like the lucid dreaming and like stuff like that. And I think I just like always just got like sleep paralysis instead.
Oh, that's the worst. I hate
so
sleep paralysis.
I gave that up. I don't think I've had a dream within a dream.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I've had a couple of times, and it's crazy because like I had a dream that like my teeth were all falling out.
No.
And I woke up in my dream, and I was like talking to my dad. I'm like, oh my god, my teeth fell out, and blah blah blah. And then something bad happened again, and I wake up for the real this time, and I'm like, oh gosh, like why do I have to? This is the worst.
No thanks. Yeah, no.
Yeah, sleep paralysis is the worst.
Yeah, so I don't try to like control my dreams or
Yeah.
like try to do like, because we were like, oh, if you do it before you go to sleep and like do this and this and this, and I was like, I'm just stuck.
Yeah, there's a demon attacking me.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, I guess this is because I don't have dreams. I just get this. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like if the whole like dream sharing thing was real, I'd probably have to try it, just because like they're like, oh, if you do it too much, you don't dream normally. But I'm like, I don't dream anyways. So
You're really not gonna.
so
dream.
it's like it's the Simpsons meme that I'm in danger, because like
Yeah.
I would probably just stay there.
Yeah, I never dreamt and realized I was in a dream though. So that'll be hard for me, like, because you know a lot of times they realize it's not real, like real life. But for me, I'm like, yeah, that toaster is my best friend. Like, it makes sense, you know. So.
I think I have realized it, but I haven't been able to like do what I want, like control it, that kind of thing. Like
Okay,
I've realized it, but I'm still kind of like stuck still.
Oh yeah, I just wake up, like even like the pee dreams, you know, where you're like looking around looking for the bathroom, and I literally pee in my dream, and I'm like, man, I still have to pee, and then I just look around until I wake up, and I'm like, oh, I have to actually pee.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so I never like realized I was in the dream.
Yeah, I think it's because of like how bad like I used to have like my cough and stuff. So like I could hear myself breathing, but I was still like dreaming. Like, do you ever have that? Like I could hear myself like breathing or
like
snoring,
yeah,
and or coughing, but I'm like still asleep and I'm still dreaming. So I think that's why, like, because I can still somehow hear myself. Like I'm not fully asleep. I don't know. I guess I don't sleep well.
Yeah. Well, I have a Fitbit, and it tracks your sleeping. You'd be surprised how much you're awake during the night. It's like for like 5 seconds, but it's like I'm awake at least 50 times, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, you only sleep like 25 minutes anyway, so.
Oh no, 52.
52. Oh, my bad. Backwards. Oh.
Yeah, and I still dream in that time, so I don't know what's happening.
No.
But yeah, I never had any dreams like. Oh no, I do have like scary dreams like Inception, when I'm in a superhero dream, but not a superhero. Like I don't have powers. I'm just a leader, and I'm just like, yeah, let me just run in this building
Stupid.
and not do anything.
I see.
Yeah, let me use this flying cat.
I've had like, I don't dream, but I have the like the falling thing when I'm asleep, and I'm not even dreaming. It's just like I feel like I'm falling, and it's still pitch black or whatever.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh my god.
And you wake up like shaking.
Yeah, like I always have like mini heart attacks, but like
That's the
it's
joke,
never
right?
like
Yeah, okay.
the kick or whatever. Like I'm never like falling off a building or anything like that. I'm just like, I just feel it.
I have dreamt, like they were talking about pain in the dream. So one time, this is kind of weird because it could be like a secret thing like they were trying to uncover, but one time I was a spy, and
Sorry,
I'm always like my dreams are always like action, and I'm always
don't have any, so I'm interested.
So like I'm a spy, and I'm like in this laboratory, and I find this secret, and then I send it to whoever hired me on my phone or something.
Hydra.
And then the person who made the whatever found me, and it was my mom. She was like the bad guy, or I was the bad guy. I don't know who's the bad guy. She was my mom, and then she shot me, and I could literally feel my lungs fill with blood, and that's how I woke up. And I was like choking. I'm like,
okay, that's terrifying. Also, do you need to have a conversation with your mom?
So I'm like, oh, maybe...
Are you about to like inherit his her business and just dismantle it?
I know. She's a stay-at-home mom, so she literally does nothing but That would be kind of funny. Well, we always call her like a spy because she hates anything social media. Like, yeah, she's like, don't post pictures of me, even though I secretly do. And then, so maybe that was me trying to uncover her secret or something.
I see. Interesting.
Anyway, got off so much off topic.
I know, we went just into dreams.
That could be like a whole different episode, like 5 episodes for me.
Me, I'm all just listening.
Yeah.
I'll just be like Fraser Crane or be a therapist. And how do you feel about
You're
that?
like, oh, but why did
I'm like,
yeah, that'd be kind of fun too. But anyway, yeah, I don't really have any more to add. Do you have any more questions?
I don't know. I think just kind of it can be just kind of like the basic movie stuff now. But now at least you know who my favorite actor is. So it's Cillian Murphy. So he was the Robert Fisher, the one that they were trying to, the son.
Yeah.
So that was him. But who is your like? Do you have a favorite character?
I like Gordon.
Joseph Gordon. Yeah. I don't know the name.
My God. Like I know his face.
I can't.
His name's too long.
Think of it. I'm gonna have to look it up. I like Tom Hardy's character Ames.
Oh yeah, he was good too.
Yeah.
I like those two. There was another character. Oh, the driver, but I didn't really care about him that much.
Oh, Yusef.
And then I felt like Ellen Page's character was like too smart, so I didn't like her either. I'm like, why are you a therapist and an architect? You need to stop.
I get that. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character was Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur. Yeah, I liked him. I didn't realize, like, I thought Leonardo DiCaprio was a pretty good actor. Like I said, I never seen his movies before except Romeo and Juliet, so I'm like, I don't remember him, but I'm like, oh, I can see why he's popular.
I can see why.
And he's not bad looking, so it's like, yeah,
I understand why they were like, he needs to get an Oscar.
Yeah. Yeah, though I haven't seen the movies he's been in, so I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I also imagine him to be that character in like all the movies, so I don't really know how it would be in a different movie, but
I'm trying to think of his other movies now.
Like,
I don't know, like he's I don't know, there's like some movies where he's kind of like, I feel like it's only like how he's kind of suave, that I feel like that kind of carries over to a lot of them. Yeah,
I mean, you do have like that niche like role that you play, and it makes sense because you play it well, so yeah, you don't want to be like that loser if you're the popular,
I guess so.
Yeah. Like, especially if it suits you, like, or suits like how you act, then like I would play a dumb role, like, because it suits me. It's easier to play a dumb role than like a lawyer,
But yeah, I don't know if I really have any more questions. I guess just like, what's your, I probably give this, like, for me it's probably just like five totems out of 5.
Oh dang. Okay, I gave it 8 dreams out of 10.
8 dreams out of 10. Okay.
Yeah, it was good. I just probably not a movie I'll watch over and over again, just because it was too much. It's like the whole thing is just action, and I'm like, I need to take a breath sometimes, and I'm like always constantly worried about Mal showing up at certain times. I'm just like, please, like.
Yeah, no, I get that, because like I like the first part of it where it's like explaining everything, but then like second act of it, even though you're going through like these different dream levels, like up until you get to limbo, it is basically just like the action. Like, although I really like the hotel scene, where when, the gravity,
that was cool.
Yeah, like
I wasn't sure why he was doing it at first. I'm like, what is he doing, tying him up? And then I also like that they're all at like a different time speed. Or speed of time, and it looks really cool in the.
Then you get really stressed in the snow part, and you're like, "Is it all gonna line up?"
I'm like, he did. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I wish they had like some kind of diagram or something that showed what was happening in the beginning, like an actual like on paper diagram to show you like, oh, this is this is what we're doing. I'm like, oh, okay. And they just like jump into it, and I'm like, what?
Just gonna follow it.
Yeah. I'm like, I would like a textbook. The sources
oh my gosh,
lost.
But I don't think it's like too bad. I think like the whole like limbo thing and everything can kind of sometimes be confusing. But yeah, I think if you did watch it again, you'll be like, all right, got it.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a super hard movie to.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be hard to be that architect, but yeah, I mean that's why Ellen Page, the
Ariadne, she's the architect.
I don't know her name.
I use Ariadne. I don't know if I say it right.
Her voice changed, didn't it, over time? I feel like in Umbrella Academy, her voice is like super low.
Oh, honestly, my main point of reference for her, I go to X-Men.
Oh, I go to, is it Juno?
Yeah, Juno.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only watched it a couple times. Maybe I'll rewatch that.
Okay.
One thing though I wanted to say was that I kind of laughed because Tenet's coming out. Tenet's pushed back again. It got pushed back last night now to August 12th. So we'll see what happens. But that happened. But I kind of laughed when I rewatched this and Saito was like, oh, I bought the airline. It just seemed neater because Christopher Nolan bought a 747 plane instead of doing like CGI or something for Tenet. So like when I watched that back, I was like, like knowing the information now, I was like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
he ended up kind of doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Watanabe Ken's like, he's like a low key. I feel like Christopher Nolan favorite because he's also in Batman and stuff. So
the Asian dude.
Yeah.
Oh, is he actually like Japanese or like American Japanese?
Oh, it's Watanabe Ken, so he's in like a lot.
Well, I was just confused because like I'm like his English is good but also not, so I'm very confused.
Also not.
And then in the beginning of the movie, I felt like they were saying Saito, and then halfway through they're like Saito. So I was like, huh?
Well, I feel like because it's kind of funny because like it's me, so like I don't know if it's since being your friend or what, like, and watching like Japanese stuff or whatever, and like I can actually like pronounce names for the most part, I guess.
Yeah.
Except because
Ramune.
Like for what?
Ramune.
You
used to call it Ramune.
Okay, that was probably like day one. I
we were just laughing.
I can understand that, but I literally don't remember it.
Oh, no, that's all my family talks about. We're just like Ramune.
Oh my
every time
God.
we see it.
I was like 11.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's just funny, sometimes you just gotta laugh.
Yeah, that's true. But it's funny because, like, like when people say his name, it's like, how do you say it? Ken Watanabe? Like, they'll say that.
Watanabe Ken.
Instead of Watanabe.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I get it because, like, once you, like, learn more, so, like, yeah, they might be saying, like, Saito or whatever at the first part. But then, like, we actually know this person now. Saito. Yeah. We got you, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I also get that. It's also America, so you pronounce it the American way, because like that's my mom having trouble with right now is like pronouncing English words because her tongue muscle isn't the same, wasn't built the same like over time, so like obviously she can't say her R's like like I understand like my like karaoke, karaoke sounds totally different, but like no one will understand what karaoke is if you say it here, no one understand what karaoke is if you say it over there, so it's like I get it. It's kind of like you adapt that word into, like, same with names. I'm like, well, names are kind of different, though. I'm like, if someone teaches you, you should know how to say it.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
I feel bad because, like, I always try to pronounce things, like, the English way for names, usually, like, with, like, instead of, like, Anna. I feel like we would do more, like, Oz.
Yeah. Well, and there's so many different ways to pronounce things. So I feel like people who get offended by people calling them the wrong name, just, like, you need to stop.
I get so messed up, like, having an English mom and, like, watching so much stuff from England. And then, like, when I try to say words, like, because my friends, like, those friends have, like, made fun of me when I've said things. I'm like, Because, and, like, it's not
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, like, for me, I don't know. And I feel like I talk mostly, like, Americanized. I don't know how to,
From like, a Japanese person coming over. Yeah.
But, like, people at work and stuff have made fun of, like, the way I've said things. They're like, nobody in America says that. And I'm like, what?
Like, what?
I know
one thing was neither and neither. Either and either.
Oh, it's neither and either.
And we realized, I say either and neither. But then I use both, though, kind of. Same with the and the. I use the a lot. And I learned that it's a Texas thing. So maybe I got it from
somebody told me today I have a Pittsburgh accent. I was like, where are you from? Arizona? Have you ever been to Pittsburgh? No. I'm like, my mom and my family's from England. But I live in Arizona. And the way you just said mom, it sounds like you're from Pittsburgh. I'm like,
mom?
Okay, yeah. I was like, is there another way to say it? I'm like, do you want me to say mom?
Mum. Mum.
Like that's like the one English thing I feel like I don't say is mum.
Yeah, but I'm also like, I think my ears just listen to bad English so much, like American English so much from my mom. My ear just automatically translates it to like, so I just hear it and I'm like, oh yeah, she meant this or something. So I don't even think about it. Unless it's like really funny, then I just laugh. Yeah.
No, it's funny because like my mom will say like instead of aluminum, she'll say aluminium.
Oh yeah.
And so like when I hear that, I'm always like, hit.
Yeah. I always laugh at zebras. I'm like
zebras. Oh, she says vitamin.
Yeah, and then she says my name like Miranda,
Does
She
she?
used to. I don't know if she does now.
See, I can't even hear her accent. And every time I go somewhere with her, they're like, "Oh, your mom's English?" I'm like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, she's got an accent. And I'm like, I can't hear it.
Well, no, so I didn't realize that either because my mom is just Miranda or Miranda. Yeah. So, like, it's all different. So I didn't know until someone from middle school or high school, we were hanging out with them. And then they said, oh, her mom says your name with an accent. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then since then, I was like, oh, yeah, she does have an English accent.
I can't hear an accent at all. Like, it's funny, though, because when she used to work at the store and she would do, like, the overcom or whatever, and she said things, I was like, that's my mom. And I could hear an accent then.
Oh, okay.
But if I talk to her on the phone or talk to her right now, I can't hear it. But when it was on the loudspeaker thing, I was like, that's my mom. And I was like, there's an accent there. So I was like so thrown off.
So weird.
That's where we went off like a way tangent.
Yeah, I don't even know how we got there, but anyway.
This is mostly a movie podcast.
I think. Who knows at this point? But yeah, so I give it 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Good movie.
Nice. Well, any final thoughts on it?
Nope. He's just selfish. That's all I have to say.
All right. I mean,
but he's a good actor.
I'd want to get back to my kids too.
Yeah, I guess. But at the expense of like 5 or 6
He didn't know it was gonna go that wrong.
Yeah, he knew.
He just, harbored a horrible subconscious projection of his wife.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
All right. Well, I don't think I have much left to say. So if you're listening and you somehow enjoyed this,
you got this far.
you can like the video with no video, just sound.
But video.
Leave a comment if you want us to watch any movies. And like we said, this was Miranda's first time watching it, and sure, I've seen movies, but obviously I still haven't seen everything. So if there's anything that you want both of us to watch, if you, Miranda, have anything that I haven't watched, we can talk about that too.
You probably won't
but comment on anything that you might want us to watch or talk about, or your thoughts
on
and
Inception.
Also, and also this is it's fairly new. I don't know which number podcast this is, but we're fairly new. So if you have any suggestions, because obviously you see we get off topic, or if you like that, because we're normal human beings having a conversation,
and we have ADHD.
If you have any comment suggestions on where we should go or how to handle things, be nice, because we're very sensitive and I cry a lot, but let us know. But yeah, thank you. Thanks for sticking it out and listening to us, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, that was Ashley. I'm Miranda, and please find the nearest exit and get out.
Bye.
Bye.